There's always that time of year, right, where, you kind of get caught in between every sport, right? And that is this time of year, right? We got everything going on. We got basketball, we got baseball, softball, gymnastics, and now we have football. Spring practice is upon us, guys. Welcome in. This is LSU Recruiting HQ. It is March 8th, 2024, and we are talking about it all, man. Spring practice is here. LSU kicked it off this week. We got a huge visitors list. 2025 recruits are flocking to the Bayou State, and we're going to break it all down. Like I said, I'm your host, Michael. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. All it does is help us out so we can keep doing crap like this. And you can see, look at this mustache, guys. I mean, like, it doesn't get much better than this kind of content. So, that being said, man, 2024 spring practice has started, and LSU has tons of question marks, tons of new faces, just tons of excitement around the program in general. Like, this is Brian Kelly's third year. This is the year where everybody wants to see LSU football take that next step, right? Nick Saban's gone. It feels like the SEC West is kind of open for grabs of who wants to be that next program, right? And maybe there is no next program. Maybe kind of splits between the two. But all I know is LSU fans are looking forward to this football season. They're looking forward to the new coordinator on defense, new coordinator on offense. We got coaches, brand new, all across the board. We got a new quarterback who's not so new to the program, just new to playing. And, like, it's just gonna be a good time, man. And we're kicking off. I think we're on day 3 now of spring practice, and I know, the number one question that everybody wants to know is what the heck is this defense gonna look like come September? And that I cannot answer for you. I don't think anybody can answer for you because nobody knows yet. We got the news. Harold Perkins is going to try this inside linebacker stuff again. My thoughts on that is kind of, if he wants to play at the next level, that's the position he has to learn how to play. Does that work out for LSU, or does it backfire like it did last year? That I don't know. That is to be determined. But have the utmost confidence in Blake Baker to get that guy ready come springtime. Like, there is no doubt about my mind that Blake Baker and that linebacking core are going to be so much better than they were last year that it is going to be unreal, the difference, I think. Now, the other two position groups are cause for concern still, right? Just because of the depth on the defensive line, I think Bo Davis and Kevin Peoples are great. Like, I think they're unbelievable at what they do. That depth kind of scares me, though. Like, the defensive line depth is a concern for sure. I think coming out of spring practice, they're going to add more people to the defense, of course. They're going to evaluate what they have now through the spring practice, through the spring game, and all that good stuff, and then they're going to reevaluate, and they're going to add guys through the portal. They just have to. They don't have enough bodies to compete at an SEC level on that defensive line. So interested to see what Bo Davis does with that defensive line. And then the secondary comes to mind, right? You still have a lot of young guys back there, man. There is not a lot of experience back there. There is not a lot of SEC veterans back there. You add a guy like Jordan Gilbert from Texas A&M, who I believe now would probably be your most experienced defensive back, but it's a new system for him. You have Corey Raymond back there now, coaching those guys up. What does that mean? I don't know yet. That's to be like this is part of the game that we're going to be playing today. A lot of what ifs are going to be not only coming into spring practice, but even coming out of spring practice. You're still going to be wondering what if. I think on the offensive side of the ball, obviously, is light years ahead of where the defense is because the defense got overhauled. The defense has so much work to do, and it's just it's not comparable at this point in time. Like the offense is going to be like years ahead, even with Garrett Nussmeier, even with new coordinators but they were in the system, is what I'm saying. And then you have a solid receiving core. You have a great offensive line again. I'm not necessarily concerned about the offense, right? The defense is what is going to determine how LSU season goes. Like last year, you finished 9-3 in the regular season. If you have an average defense, you're probably playing for a national championship. Like that is a realistic statement that I just made, and that is not just the homerism in me. That is real. Like that is national people would say the same exact thing I'm saying, because the offense was the best in the country. All they had to do was be average on defense, right? And I think that was the biggest thing with frustrating. That's why Brian Kelly overhauled the whole defense of coaching staff, because of that. Because that can't happen again, right? So now let's talk about recruiting. All right, 2025 recruiting is absolutely soaring right now. Everybody knows by this point you have 3 5-stars, maybe 5 one day. 3 5-stars, all number one at their position. You have Bryce Underwood, you have DeCorian Moore, and you have Harlan Berry. Number 1 running back, number 1 wide receiver, number 1 quarterback, and number 1 player in the country, Bryce Underwood. You have all those guys already, and then that's not even counting a guy like Jabari Antony. Like he's up there with the best of the best as well at corner. So you have those like 4 guys at the head hunt of your 2025 recruiting class. But this spring, this weekend in particularly, LSU has over 20 prospects from the 2025 class that aren't committed to anybody on campus this week. So it is a huge recruiting weekend, a chance for these guys to meet with the coaching staff, see how practices go, like see that intensity that everybody talks about with the defensive guys, and it gives them a live look on what the future is for LSU, because a lot of these guys are questioning this coaching staff, right? Because it is so new. A lot of guys want to see what these coaches bring to the table in a practice, in a classroom setting, and a film session. Like you finally get to see that, is what I'm saying. So like maybe at another school that they were at, they go and look and they met with this coach before and they already know, but now they get to see it under Brian Kelly and how it looks at LSU. And I think that's going to be big for a lot of recruits, especially this weekend. A lot of guys are going to finally get to see like the purple and gold side of that, if that makes any sense to you guys. You have a lot of guys that are on the fence, that are leans towards LSU coming. You have a guy like James Simon, a 4-star running back, right there at Calvary Baptist in Shreveport. And this is a huge weekend, man, to get the foundation of some of these recruits and the base set on LSU. Like a lot of these guys have released top 5s, a lot top 7s, 8, whatever, and LSU's in them. But this is a chance to like set yourself apart, right? To get Corey Raymond in a room and talk to him and tell him like, hey, this is what we want to do with you. This is how our system's going to look. A guy like DJ Pickett from Florida is here. A guy that's been trending towards LSU. You have guys like Caleb Cunningham from Mississippi, a 5-star wide receiver, getting in here, talking with Cortez Hankton, seeing what the new offense under Joe Sloan and Cortez Hankton even looks like, right? Seeing the development of these wide receivers that he's seeing on TV, right? There's so many factors. You have Brad Davis getting down with guys like Micah DeBose. Lamont Rogers is here. Big-time offensive line guys. And Brad Davis has been killing it in the offensive line recruiting so far in his tenure at LSU. So you have a huge chance this weekend to build that foundation, build that relationship with some of these guys. And I wouldn't be surprised if after the weekend maybe a couple guys commit to this 2025 class. Like that is not out of the realm of possibility. Is it more likely that most of these guys are taking all their visits this spring and they kind of just want to wait maybe before their senior season? But either way, it's great to have all these guys on campus at one time. You also have your commits on campus who are actively recruiting to your roster as well. You have a guy like Bryce Underwood, DeCorian Moore, Harlan Berry, Keelan Moses, Devin Harper, like getting in these guys' ears like, hey, like we can do something special here at LSU. And I think that's going to mean a lot in the long run of what this 2025 class is going to be. As you guys know, right now, On3 has LSU as the #1 team in the country in the 2025 recruiting, and I can't imagine that they drop further than maybe 2 or 3. And that's like worst case scenario. Obviously, they've set themselves up to have a monster recruiting class, and I think they're going to get it done. I think these guys that are 50-50 and you guys you're starting to hear about getting maybe crystal balled, or whatever they call it on 3 now. I don't even know. But you're starting to see a lot of guys that are like, okay, like now that I've got, a couple months, and maybe even after I see spring or maybe even see a game in the fall, like I think I could see myself playing at LSU. And it's not just going to be local guys. It's not going to be Louisiana guys. It's going to be national, man, because when you attract a guy like Bryce Underwood, like people want to come play for that because they know that guy's going to win games in college. And if you want to play for a winner, you go play for the guy who's got the most wins in Notre Dame history. I believe he's got the most active wins in college football as of right now. Now that Saban's retired, so you want to play for a winner. You want to play in an environment like LSU, like. There's nothing stopping him at this point because you've built this coaching staff with stars all along it. And now it's really up to just putting in that work with these kids and getting them comfortable with what you're going to do in college and letting them see the success, which is why success is so crucial for LSU this year. And fans and players and everybody wants to see them make that jump to being good to great, right? Everybody wants to see that, and we're in for a long spring, a long summer talking about it. But come fall, it'll be interesting to see what this LSU team looks like at that point. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like it, drop a comment on it, man. Let me know some of the recruits that are on campus, maybe and let me know who you think is coming. Man, because like I said, man, there's so many recruits on campus. Like, could they pop this weekend? Could they pop over the summer? It's all just wait and see. But like I said, man, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. It costs you nothing. All it does is help us out. And I will see you guys next time. I appreciate you guys for watching.